I made a little something that I'm hoping will help you with the activity in the macromolecules handout. So when you look in the folder now, in the macromolecules folder where you're getting the handout, there's now a subfolder that says activity. And when you go in there, there's an Excel file in there that I'm hoping is going to help you kind of understand a little bit what this whole entire procedure is all about. Labster does it, but I'm basically setting up what you would normally be doing in class. So if you were doing this in class, we'd give you a bunch of tubes, and then we'd first ask you to set up the tubes. So click on Set Up Tubes, and it'll set up the tubes. You'll have to allow macros to run, or else this is not going to work. Then because this is, a laboratory, you always want to label the tubes. So click on Label the Tubes. It'll label the tubes. And then you're going to have to add to those tubes. So you're going to have to add water in all the ones that are labeled 1, protein in all the ones that are labeled 2, starch, and lipid. And then you're going to add burette in all the ones that are labeled A, iodine in all the ones that are labeled B, and Sudan 4 in all the ones that are labeled C. So the way that you're going to do that is you're going to click on where it says Add Water. You'll tell which tube you want to put that in there. So for example, A1. Say OK, and then it'll add water to the tube A1. And you say, do it again. Now you're going to add water in B1. I won't let you make a mistake. So now it's adding water into B1. If you were to say, let's add water into A2, it won't let you do that. It tells you don't add water to this one. So then you're going to fill all the solutions. So water, albumin, which is your protein, starch, which is your starch, and your lipid. You're going to add those into the tubes. And then once you've added that, you have to use you add the reagents, burette, the iodine or the Sudan 4 into the appropriate tubes. And then you'll see how the color changes when you do that. And that is basically the experiment you would normally do. The Benedict is the second experiment you're going to do. That's a little different. You add the stuff into the tubes D1 through D4, and then you have to actually heat them up for the color change to happen. But that's something. Do the first experiment first, and then do the second one. If this little more hand-on-y thing will help you without going through the complication of Labster, hopefully this is going to help you kind of understand give you a visual of this, how this experiment actually works.